Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4 with Black Ice. Okay, we're combination. Well, obviously we're playing through it. We're also taking a look at it. Got informed that I was overproducing, and I sort of tended to overproduce uniforms. Because check that out in a second. They don't take any resources here. These are the SS ones. Guess they take one metal, but thought or any where. Oh, here. Well, I guess they take metal, but a resource that we have more than enough of. Just to stockpile them. You know, might as well do it now, and while we're still building up some of the other stuff. But so I cut that back some, and I may cut it back more in the future, partially because I don't know. That would be something that, to my mind at least, because I have yet to really play, other than the brief Czech campaign, play into the real battles. Something for attrition to work high on, you know, consuming uniforms to simulate supply. Okay, the IRA raided the magazine fort at Dublin, or in Dublin. Okay, that's interesting, seeing that Dublin's in Ireland. The IRA there, but probably to make trouble for the Northern Irish. Got industrial effects soon. As you can see here, I've modded some of the counter symbols, which are cool, created a small core of mountain units there. Panzers at Panzers.
Alright.
Let's look how. Okay, this is just single infantry brigade so far. There's some support units. That's right as far as I know. Off the top of my head, at least. Now here, these are a motorized but much more effective unit here. The SSVT. Okay, now we can start. Well, I've got enough military factories going at the moment, so I could shift around some more to resource intensive, like aircraft and tanks and whatever. A bit more if I need to, but light aircraft 1, heavy aircraft 1. Well, we may have some of those, but I don't see them right offhand. See, that's 2,000, where that's 7,200. Time to build. Artillery Factory 4 already. Well, let's see. Let's build a truck factory. And an munitions factory. Okay. Let's go over here. So we've got industrial effect 37 as part of the 4-year plan. Let's go with this. Work on developing our light units, light mechanized units.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Another core for Deedle there.
Ausrücken! Achtung! Ausrücken!
Marco Polo Bridge incident, okay.
Zuhören! Ausrücken!
Indian National Congress triumphs in provincial elections. Oh, Hindenburg disaster. Okay, now. Small arms factory and ammunition factories. Take to be the munitions factory. Artillery, tank, dockyards, military small arms. A lot of bonuses there. We don't yet need somebody like the Hangar Kimmler because we're not occupying anywhere yet. We're not going to be doing that until 39, I believe, any of those, so we'll leave that. We're not doing too much here, so we don't know what this is supposed to be, recruitment laws, compared to conscription law. And we still can't really improve. We want to do limited exports, I think. And limited conscription sounds good. We don't need extensive. That has the training time negativity, and we have now currently plenty of manpower, I would say, for the moment. May be wrong about that. Experience will show. I think we're going to go with Keitel here. And if you see me really starting the war and he's still there, remind me to switch him over to somebody else. He reduces training time for divisions, which matters now, and it matters later, but combat bonuses don't matter now if we're not going to be in combat.
Angetreten! Ausrücken! Angetreten! Ausrücken! Bereit!
Okay, sniper teams. Germans were fairly good with that in World War I. Maybe the best, because I'm sort of looking what they would know there. But the Scottish, Scottish units was part of the English army. Really came up with the ghillie suit. That's where that comes from. A ghillie is a sort of a Highland hunter or guide, or sort of the basic crude way of saying it, I guess. That probably where we're going to go, but yeah, 37. Improved machine tools. this one, and we don't get an improvement there until 39. They've got a lot of good stuff here to research. I like it. Would be good to get these into at least limited production. Yeah. We'll go with Panzer III. Panzer IIIs are very good tanks.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Guderian, who was sort of the, not the, any sort of a technical designer, as in guy on the drafting board trying to design the tank, but design it in the sense of requirements of what it should do, like that it should have a 3-man turret and similar requirements. He was sort of this primary driving force behind that, very much so. He wanted a 50 millimeter main gun at start, but he was sort of overridden as that not being necessary. This is, it looks like a good skills and training tech. Overridden as to, they thought it was, I guess, I don't know whether unnecessary or,
Ausrücken.
you know, nobody's tanks had that much armor on it, or whether they just thought it was more expensive than needed or something, so they went with the 37 millimeter gun. But because of the somewhat insistence on Guderian and the realization that, hey, maybe, just maybe, we will need to upgrade at some point, made the turret ring, and generally speaking the turret as well. That's good. Extra research slot. Rocketry. So we would need to get down to there, but we've already got the, let's look over here. We can do this. We've got the extra, oh here, let's do this one. I knew this was extra research slot, so we're going to do the SS Junkerschulen. So let's see, now we can, do we have any uniform factories? Yes, 2 there, which is good. Small arms factories, bunches of them. Done a good job in placements on those. The Erfurt factory, maybe Berlin. Should have one historically speaking as well. At least one. You know, with this in a game like this, you know, small arms factory 1. There was definitely a Berlin arms manufactory there. Trying to remember which exact company it was that had one there. I'm blanking on it at the moment. But the question is adding that one, should one of these others be removed? I don't know. But we have a lot of that production here. Tank, aircraft, ships. Or subs and ships. That's just a bit expensive to start producing those now. So they would be good. I really liked it. One thing I do want to get is rubber production up. Now we're starting to build our reserves up of aircraft. That's nice.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Dockyards, well, good. Oh, we've finally got to actually free dockyards, so let's take a quick look at this. Well, that'll push that a little quicker there. Let's do this. That will help us to get down to here, which allows synthetic rubber factories to be produced. So to get there. Vehicle factory, great. You can see that ups. And Amelia Earhart disappears. We're going to do that, and another civil factory there. Japanese buildup on the Chinese border. Okay, so it looks like they've taken the national focus path to go to China instead of Russia. Leadership purges in the Soviet Union, or how best to cut your own throat. Though, of course, to Stalin, he thought they were a potential danger to him and his regime, so let's do this now. Put some better models in production. And munition factories, which looks good. SS Junkerschulen. The SS Junker schools were introduced in 1937. War schools, it doesn't quite read well, but okay. War schools that had tasked as training centers for the SS during the Second World War to train military leaders, young. This has got to be some Google Translate stuff. Young for the Waffen-SS, SS Junker schools existed at 4 locations in Bad Tolz, Brunswick, Klagenfurt, and Prague de Witt. I presume that's somewhere in Czechoslovakia eventually. The graduates were the managers of the SS Vergun Troop. Is that because it's abbreviated as SSVT. Vergun Troop. I'm sorry, Germans, I'm mispronouncing this. The police, the concentration camps, and the SS Totenkopf associated, and the SD. The military training beyond ASS compliant in terms of holistic approach to life was taught. Again, it's got to be Google Translate. You can now form your own SS units. As of now, the Panzer I and Panzer II is available in the forms of SS divisions. Okay, well, really, kind of honestly, don't know anything about Klagenfurt or Prague de Witt at all, quite honestly, as a Junkerschule. Bad Tolz was more or less formed around this time, and I'm not good with dates, and I know I have events for forming Bad Tolz in my own mod, but the Brunswick or Brunswag or whatever school was already in existence, and it was sort of changed around. Really sort of what was to some degree happening, obviously, like I said, the Bad Tolz school was built. Big complex still in existence today, where the Brunswick was taking over previous existing buildings. It was reorganized under Paul Hauser at this time, and he was put as sort of inspector of all of them, and sort of ran the system and really did the military training. And as they are right, it was a shall we say a holistic National Socialist as viewed by Himmler's approach. We can look at National Socialism as put forward by different major leaders, including Adolf Hitler, and it will vary a bit, but the sort of mystical SS movement with the all the, shall we say, crazy prehistory of this stuff was all included in these schools. But you know, as this was really starting at this time, going from a okay, create leader, it'll be interesting. Effect, building slot, military factory. It was, the leadership element had been there for some time. Prior to 1933 or 1933 and before, the leadership training for the SS was undertaken in SA schools, because the SS was part of the SA. So they had, once they got independent, they had already set up their own leadership school, but it was really sort of Bad Tolz as well as the Brunswick school, which was sort of the military combat leadership training that was done. And how that was set up. Okay, let's see. 12 days, we're going to take the 12 days to do this. Should SSVT improve that. We now have an additional slot. And we're fairly well full up there. Let's go with radio detection underway. And we have been starting to do some buildings. Let's go with Walter Funk. Now, we already have Goering in charge here. Basically, Walter Funk was sort of Goering's man for the 4-year project. So, having both to some degree historically is redundant. If you're having Goering in charge, you really already sort of have Funk in charge of this setup. Now we got more factories. I guess theoretically to produce more SS uniforms or something. But what do we want to put it into? How quickly are we getting? 64 days. No, we won't waste it for 64 days. Well, let's just do more uniforms and equipment. We'll switch some of that over once we can start producing Panzer IIIs. Disperse factories, great. Which now opens all these up to be researched. Let's take a look around at some other options here. Still not time for that. That's still not needing to be done yet. Already got the radios. Those 39. The real sort of, well, some 38 here. Let's improve our 109s. Okay, well, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for liking the videos. And of course, please post questions, comments, suggestions, ideas. And hey, tell a friend about the series. Love to have more viewers. See you next time.